Well, hello everyone. Welcome to this quick tutorial of DocBlocks.com. I'm going to cover some of the major features and some of the major concepts. So hopefully, as you're playing with it, if it's useful to you, you can see some of the different capabilities that it exposes for you. Now, when you come first to DocBlocks.com, the first thing you'll see is this PowerPoint, or the slideshow, I should say. It's just a generic slideshow, not a PowerPoint yet. But what you can see is that this is our About DocBlocks tutorial file that gets created the first time you visit it. And this is just a simple slideshow of all the different concepts that are contained inside of About DocBlocks. You can see that we've got some diagrams, we've got some concepts and those kinds of things. But if I actually go to the right tab, this is where most of the work gets done. You can see that we've got just some simple content. We've got a diagram like this. And from here, I can do all of my content editing. So for example, if I wanted to create a new article, let's say Panama Hotel like this, I could go click add, and I've got a new file here. I'm going to go paste in some content. This is something that we got from Quala.com. It's just some informational content. You can see that this is basically just simple markdown that we're editing in a what you see is what you get kind of style. I can go ahead and say, maybe italicize some things, and I can just format it the way I would want to do that. If you want to edit the markdown directly, you can do that in the source view. So this is more natural markdown based editing. And then here is basically what I call the mode tab. But this is where you can all do things with the content that you put inside of DocBlocks. So for example, I wanted to see this as a slideshow. I could come here and you can see all the different, it's already partitioned it into 9 different slides. So I can go through and look at this and see all the different content. Now, if I want to maybe change the way it looks, I can choose different styles like so. So as I work through it, you'll see that it introduces a little bit of some animations. And also, if I wanted to maybe summarize it a little bit and maybe sort of truncate the content automatically so it's more slide oriented, I can do that as well. It's not really summarizing it as much as I might like, but that's just a quick view of how you can get your content. You just focus on writing the markdown and the concepts and the topics and those kinds of things, and we'll do the work to essentially format it inside of a slideshow. Or for example, if you wanted a video, you could do this. You can see it created a 5-minute video. As it's going, you'll see that there are a number of different captions. You can do them what I call social style, which is more like a read along style that you'll see at the bottom versus standard closed captions. So already you can see that just basically based on typing some things in, you can automatically get maybe a compelling presentation that you can share with someone, all within your browser, all just by going to docblocks.com if you need it. The next thing you can do is you can actually go ahead and share or save as a PowerPoint. So in this case, I'm going to go save out a PowerPoint, panamahotel.pptx. And okay, there's maybe a little bit of bugs here. There should be 9 or 8 slides here, not 4. Still working through some issues, but you can see that it's retained some of the formatting and some of the capabilities. Will go fix those bugs. Still a work in progress, docblocks.com. If you have feedback, see the link below for issues that you can open up. The other thing you can do that's pretty cool is you can export this as a video. So I can choose to export it as an MP4 like this, and you'll see what it'll do here is inside of your browser, you don't have to install any software or anything like this. It's going to go ahead and hopefully do the full 10 slides or 9 slides of content that we've pasted in here. And you can see that now I should have an MP4 that I could go upload to YouTube or to other social places. In fact, I'm recording this video right now with a separate instance of DocBlocks in a different window. But yeah, you can see that we're going ahead and we're going to go save out a video from this. And I won't wait for its completion, but you get the idea. You're exporting a video. Now there's some other interesting modes. There's this page mode where this is still a work in progress, but we're kind of hoping to kind of make this look a little better and work a little better. This is taking the content that's already kind of in a document mode over here, but kind of stylizing it as more of a, I'll call it a marketing style page. Just taking this content and hopefully making it look great. You can see that it tries to automatically put things into different timelines and things like that. So that's just another potential mode. There's the document, which is just coming back to this as a simple readable document. And then finally, there's this narrate mode, which I showed in another video, but the idea behind this one is that you can see that it's going to go ahead and try to synchronize to my reading as I'm going through this, and it'll try to time it to the words that I'm saying. I think it's going automatically because it's not intercepting my microphone yet. But you can adjust the speed. In fact, I can use my mouse wheel if I want to just manage the speed of it myself. But the idea behind this is sometimes you just want a simple teleprompter to read through things maybe for some content. And this is just a very simple website for doing it. Easy peasy. And so look for more modes to come if you have ideas for cool modes. That's always a fine thing. I'm hoping that the idea is that we start with your markdown, we start with this simple content, that's what you focus on, that's what you write, and from there we can do a bunch of very cool things. Okay, so the final area that I'm going to talk about a little bit is all the cool things that you can go ahead and insert. So we have, for example, I can go and insert a task list like this, and I can say, okay, this is done, and this is not done, and you can see that behind the scenes, this will get saved as some markdown. We have some other cool things. Let's see. I like this one. This is kind of my favorite, is you can insert a simple diagram like this. I can say Tacoma. I think this is the original state capital is in Tacoma. Could certainly improve the Seattle like this, and so that's the capital. And then maybe I can go add another node over here, and I can add, let's see, and I can go connect these two like this, like so. Oh, let's try this again. Like, okay. Need to improve the connection semantics. Another bug to go fix. But what you can see from here is, let's say, Everett, like this. And so this is just a diagram and some simple diagramming functionality, but behind the scenes, what it should do is it'll actually save it as an ASCII diagram. So sometimes when you're working with AI, for example, to give you these kinds of diagrams, and so now you can actually work with them naturally. You can go change this from Seattle to Sammamish if you want. Oop. Mamish like this, and it'll try to track it down and make sure it all keeps up to date. So yeah, there's a little bit of bugginess there with the connection features, but you see the idea. We're just trying to make it easy to super easily edit Markdown and not have to think about it. And then the final thing, of course, inserting images, inserting timelines. We have a lot of different shapes. We support mermaid diagrams, so all these kinds of things. Again, there's probably still a work in progress with respect to all the editing functionality, but all the mermaid functionality you can take advantage of. And then the final thing, of course, is that you can insert recorded media. So this is the dialogue that I'm using right now, where you can go and insert some audio like that. So if you want to insert a video or audio and turn this into like a narrated presentation, which is what I'm doing right now, then you can do that as well. Export options, I talked about PowerPoint. You can share a link with the content embedded if you so choose. You can export it as a document. Yeah, so those are some nice nifty export options. And yeah, that's let's see, if I go into the document mode, of course we have a print button. I had to add that in, for old school, like I just want to go print this, and it should print it in a format that's friendly for your printer. Yeah, just a number of different options here. Like I said, different custom themes and those kinds of things. You should be able to import a theme from, like, let's say a PowerPoint if you so choose. So a number of different capabilities that are available there. Yeah, and then the other thing you can do is, if you really want to, you can go ahead and open up a folder local on your hard drive. So if you want to open up, like, let's say a OneDrive type of folder that's on your hard drive and you want to edit that directly in DocBlocks.com, you can go do that. It's going to go open up, your standard drive picker like this, and you can go ahead and just edit a number of different files. So that's just a very quick example of how it makes it easy. Now, these files by default will get stored inside of your browser. Sometimes your browser can flush these files, so you want to be careful. It's a lot safer to just use a folder on your hard drive somewhere to go work with these files. Let's see, anything else? You can choose different color schemes. I choose brown because I'm a big fan of Zune. Whatever, RIP. But you can choose different colors, and you can choose different, different styles for how the documents write. So if I come over here, if you really want a larger size, etc. If you want to use this as a web application, you can actually install it as a web application on your device. And so this is basically just, a simple web page, but it makes it a little bit more local, and you can find it in your start menu and all that kind of stuff. So if you want a quick, quick and easy Notepad. You can go ahead and use this. We've designed it so that it should be offlineable, so it'll actually download the JavaScripts and those kinds of things. I haven't tried it yet, but theoretically, if you're on an airplane, you're not connected to a Wi-Fi or anything like that, DocBlocks should still work fine, even if all of your other web pages maybe aren't working. But this is kind of a very simple app mode. And we do have more installs and availability of different form factors for DocBlocks coming soon, so stay tuned. So that was a whirlwind tour of everything inside of DocBlocks. Again, link below if you've got feedback or feature requests. I mean, this is basically free open source software. So, if you have a use for it, if you have a cool scenario for it, I know I've got some that I'm working on, but if you've got a cool use for it, let me know and we'll see about getting it in. I hope you find DocBlocks useful, and please like and subscribe to this channel. There will be some more cool software coming soon. Thanks for watching.